Welcome back to Two Brother Sports Podcast presented by RainbowOnSports.com. It is Friday, January 26th, and we have the gang back together. We've got the three fellas back to talk some ball. We've got even Wrigley, who's usually a mainstay. Yep, he's trying to get his spot. He knows it's podcast time. He's getting nice and cozy on the bed, sitting with me. But we've got Sean, Max back as always. Fellas, how are we doing on this nice little Thursday night?
Good, dude. Been a solid week. Went by pretty fast, so I haven't really been betting this week, so it's gonna be different coming this week. I know I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to want to put on come Sunday, but I'm excited. It's gonna be a great championship weekend.
Yeah, I'll follow that up, Max. Hey, like you said, Sam, good to get the three of us together here. It really has been long, vacation and stuff. So glad to hear it was a good time there. And we saw some awesome pictures and whatnot. But just four teams left, man. Two games. The only football till then another 2 weeks. So let's savor it.
Yes. Yeah, and I guess I should have led with that, but I'm still feeling a little pain from Sunday or I guess Saturday night with Green Bay going down. That was just a tough one, but we've got two really good matchups, I think, for the sake of good football and a non-biased opinion. We have two really good games, and I mean, you could maybe argue the Bills with Baltimore, but I'd say most people probably had Chiefs and the Ravens in the AFC Championship. I think everybody had the Niners in the NFC. Lions are a great story, even though they still are little brother. But yeah, two great games on Sunday, and I think that you guys heard and saw a lot of my bullshit texts on Saturday night. Was very pissed about the way the game ended. They should have won. I don't want to get too into the
Yeah,
details of the game,
Sam,
but
I'll
they
step
were
in. I didn't
winning the
I
whole
didn't
time.
think you were, I thought you were very normal for like just your team
Yeah,
losing. Yeah.
it was just sad. That's like the saddest I've been in a while. Just seeing Love throw something that I've seen Rodgers do. I've seen Favre do. I mean Rodgers. It's like the last pick he threw in the end zone when they lost to the Lions last year. To basically, I was just like, yep, that's Aaron Rodgers' last throw as a Green Bay Packer, a pick to Aiden Hutchinson in the end zone. But you've seen that with Favre. I mean, I think 442 times. Enough interceptions.
Favre threw it right to the Giants guy. I think that was
Yeah,
his last
I
time.
think that was his last throw too. So, I mean, it's Love's last throw this season. Definitely not going to be his last throw as a Packer, but a lot to look forward to. Just wish he didn't do that because he's played so like turnover free and just very safe. And his throws have been usually throws that are only catchable by the wide receiver or it's going out of bounds. And so it's one of those things that you're just like, dude, like, come on. Only needed like 20 more yards. We had two timeouts, 54 seconds left. Like, come on, like, come the
Yeah,
fuck.
you still have a lot of time.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean,
Didn't need to
yeah,
press.
it's tough. It's
Yeah,
tough.
man. Dude,
But
like
yeah,
I didn't think that, 49ers were like the better team or anything that game. So,
yeah,
I know it sucks, but like I think you have an off season that you're gonna be pretty pumped about football going forward.
yeah, and I think that's what made it so tough because I went into it just being like, you know what, if we can cover seven, like I'm
Mhm.
pretty good with that. And then once the game actually gets going and they've been up the whole entire game, I'm just
Yeah.
like, are you fucking serious? You could blow that game. I mean, Anders Carlson like missed. He only missed one field goal, but it was a very important field goal. Would have changed how the ending went, but probably would have lost in overtime. I feel like Green Bay was losing momentum as the Niners were gaining it. So my thought was if it goes to OT, we're probably losing. We'll probably like four, four and out, and then Niners take their time, take a chip shot field goal to end it. But yeah, that was tough. But on the flip side, youngest offense in the NFL was able to put up hella points up on Dallas last week, who was a pretty good defense overall. Last probably 8, 9 games of Green Bay season, really solid. So defense started to come together. Got rid of Joe Barry. So even though defense had come together, I think it was the players playing, not necessarily what Joe Barry was doing. So there's our first step in the right direction. Let's get a new coordinator, get someone who is able to do a couple different things instead of just one thing really good. Hoping able to do that. And then, I'm assuming based on the draft and how it has gone for Green Bay, they're going to probably draft a defensive player in the first round, or an O line. So just preparing for more depth, which we need, and got to figure out the Bakhtiari situation. So, not to completely derail this fucking podcast 5 minutes in, but overall, I'm back on the okay. I'm not as pissed off about Packers loss. Niners are a really good team, and I hope they win the Super Bowl. At this point, to just kind of say, hey, we at least lost to the Super Bowl champs. So it is what it
Yeah,
is. So
it's
that's my
crazy.
deal.
It's crazy that you bitched more all season than I did, and you still ended up in the fucking divisional or yeah, divisional round. So
Yeah.
gotta love being a Packers fan, huh?
Yeah, I'm a spoiled little bitch. All right. I know. I know. I get three quarterbacks in my lifetime. Literally three so far. Um, three over 30 years, almost 30 years, 29, not 30 yet, but yeah, so I'm a spoiled little bitch. I know it. I'm admitting it on air. So yeah, I know. All right. Don't give me shit. I know. I know. I know.
All
Hey,
right.
hey, you're just rooting for the team that you root for. Don't fucking worry. It's not your fault that he's in misery or whatnot over here, man. Just
Yeah.
you were right there. You were close. Like it's so be upset that you lost the game there. Better times ahead.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, let's just get in. You want to just get in, I guess, unless any other like recaps of games that happened, or you want to just get into KC Baltimore?
Have some games that happened. Bills Chiefs is just always fun. That's
Yeah.
that's it. That's my recap. Like that game just rules every time.
Yep.
Yep.
Completely
Yeah.
agree.
I will
Um,
always remember the 42-36 game. Like
That was
good
insane.
stuff.
yeah, that was good stuff. Aside from game wise, between the last week and this week, I mean, Bears signed Shane Waldrum or assigned him as OC. So be interesting coming from Seattle. Uh, don't know too much about him, but it'll be interesting. So it's not Luke Getzey. That's all I'm happy about.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Can't argue that. All righty. Well, let's get to a kick-ass fucking slate on Sunday. Let's start with KC Baltimore in Baltimore. First time they've hosted an AFC championship game, I think in the franchise history, albeit not the long history, but it is kind of crazy considering all the teams that they have. I completely agree, Max. And that game's at 3 p.m. You know the birds gonna be flocking. You know M&T's gonna be a shit show. Mother's Purple Patio, absolute fucking avoid at all costs unless you want to wait 20 hours for a beer. But it'll also probably be the best place to be pregame at the same time. But gonna be crowded as fuck. Get there early. Pickles, I'm sure pickles and all that shit's gonna be popping. So yeah, I'm excited to see the crowd. But yeah, Baltimore's 4-point favorites over under at 44.5. So what are y'all's kind of quick takeaways from this matchup here and where we like him?
Yeah, I like the Chiefs a lot. I think.
He's wearing his jersey.
Yeah, for those listening, I am wearing a Dummerville jersey, which is a wild poll, I know. But I am wearing a Ravens jersey, and I do like the Ravens a lot. I think they have looked like the better team all year. We've slowly not really mentioned them that much, but they have been mentioned. And they're just fantastic. Chiefs, you look at the Chiefs, this is a team that's still very good, but one of their worst teams that they've had and still have somehow made it here, battling through the cold and all that shit. So I still like that -4. If it was like a -7, I would probably stay away and just kind of work my magic in a same game parlay. But I think that -4 is going to be nice. I think they can win by a touchdown, maybe get a garbage time field goal, make it 10. So Baltimore is on a fucking mission. It's insane. And if anyone has seen the Twitter, TikTok, even like fucking Instagram Reels, it is all Lamar Jackson save us from the Chiefs and the Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes and all that stuff. So it's kind of hilarious watching everyone rally around the Ravens. But all that social media side, still way better team, in my opinion. These guys, that defense is fucking fantastic. Lamar is fantastic. So give me Ravens all day at -4.
I'll piggyback you there. This is probably the best team in football right now. I thought, they were able to deal with a little bit of adversity through the Texans game, especially, giving up a punt return touchdown, probably not something you expect to do right before halftime in a playoff game. But man, they, made the adjustments in the second half. They can run the ball, they can pass the ball. And I think this is kind of where the Chiefs turn back into a pumpkin a little bit. Like I think like they just kind of own the Bills in a way that I feel really bad for Bills fans. And Kansas City's still in the playoffs, but we watched this team this year. Like they're good. Their defense is the better unit there. I think the Ravens will, scheme pretty well to at least keep them in check. And yeah, I think I like Baltimore -4. I also like the over in this game too.
Honestly, yeah, at 44.5, it's not a bad one. I like that.
I mean, if we're all gonna do it, I guess I'll just throw this on.
Oh,
Well, we're not all throwing on a Ravens jersey, but
Yeah, well, we know Sean can't out of just principle.
it'll like go off my body. Like
I was looking at the wrong
it'll
way.
reject it.
Yeah,
Boom,
so
look at that. See, I got.
oh shit, I didn't realize you were folding the 5. I was like, when'd you get a Lamar jersey? No, I love it. Yeah, I got to. I mean, I think Taylor would kill me if I didn't pick the Ravens, but I'm on it. I think honestly, dude, the Chiefs kind of got away with murder this year. I feel like they like barely stuck out a bunch of games. Yeah, they won enough to get to where they are, but I feel like
Pretty poor division.
it's one of those things where usually, the team like the Chiefs gets every team's best, like, like best punch, best throw, however you want to call it. Like everyone gears up to beat the Chiefs. I feel like it wasn't like that this year, and I feel like Chiefs got away with some just like lucky calls. I mean, Packers got lucky to beat the Chiefs earlier in the season with a late PI, but I just feel like KC's been playing with house money at this point. Baltimore absolutely shit on fucking Houston. One touchdown and it was a special teams. I completely agree. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to play over under. I might stay away, but 44 is pretty damn low for these two teams in a game. So, we'll kind of see how that goes, but I like Baltimore to put up some points and there's no way Mahomes doesn't at least keep it close. Like I think 4 is still
Oh
good.
yeah, right. Like
It's
I
a
don't think
touchdown game
I don't
most
think
of
we'll look back if the Chiefs lose and be like Mahomes could have played like much better. I think it'll, be like, man, if only the supporting cast could have helped him out. In these games, like we're now down to where it's like, dude, the dudes on the field, like they're so skillful. I think this is a sneaky game where we'll look and be like, the crowd, like just the atmosphere, the momentum that the Ravens will get to play with. The Chiefs had, or excuse me, the Texans had like what 7 false starts or something. I don't, expect that to carry forward, but it's going to be rock and it's going to be crazy, and that's not nothing. Like I think that on third and longs, it's going to be tough for the Chiefs to kind of go against a good Ravens defense and just a crowd that's going to be just wasted on Natty Bose.
Oh my God, it's gonna be an environment, Stabby's gonna be there going nuts. They're gonna have uh I think is it all time low? Who sings Dear Maria Count Me In?
Yeah, D Maria, count me in, man.
Yeah, they'll probably
Yes.
be there.
I
They've been at
actually
games.
well,
Yeah.
not in a correlation to this, but that song did come on for me earlier today.
Oh, great fucking song. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they were there a couple times earlier in the season playing that song at like halftime and shit. So I bet they're there. I saw something. This is what made me like I was just like leaning that way and just put me over the edge. They said Ray Lewis and Jonathan Ogden are gonna be like honorary captains and like ushers or whatever. I forget what the term is, but they're like honorary captains and something else. And they're like doing a bunch of stuff for that 2000 Ravens team and the 2012 Ravens. And fuck, who is it? There's someone big Baltimore related that is
Michael Phelps is
yes,
delivering the game ball.
that's what thank
Pretty,
you.
yeah.
Yes, thank you. That's what it is. So, like that being said, like star power is coming out. You know that place is gonna be rocking. Defense is rolling. It's gonna be a fun ass game. And I think Ravens, yeah, they probably win by 6. I think 6 is like a fair point. If it somehow gets up to like 7.5 or 7, which I don't think it'll
It
climb.
won't. It won't. I don't think it moves much off this. I don't think either of these two games move much from their current line.
I mean, they really haven't since Sunday, since
Yeah.
they came out that. So yeah. Any props or anything you guys like from this Ravens Chiefs game?
No.
Anyone from this game?
I feel like a Kelsey under might be smart just because they're got to be dialed in on him.
Yeah. They'll have Notre Dame boy on him. How am I forgetting?
Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton, excuse me. Yeah, one of the better safeties in the league.
I should have got that jersey. That's what I should have done.
Yeah, watch out for Arthur Millette. He's a former Stiller. I really liked him a lot. Ravens use him a good job. They usually like blitz him from the slot. He makes a lot of big hits. Just kind of a thumper to keep your eye from a little guy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, dude. And Roquan, I mean, unfortunate for Max, but dude has been an absolute baller over in Baltimore. So he's probably going to be matched up with Kelsey a decent bit. It's off-ball linebacker. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
a
an
lot of
absolute. He's low key a fucking defensive player of the year snub. Like he wasn't even mentioned.
yeah, yeah.
Quick combo. We don't have to make it long, but did have you guys noticed that defensive player of the year is ultimately the best pass rusher?
Yeah, yeah. And whether I'm not it works out well if you're a fan of the TJ Watts or the Micah Parsons of the world. But yeah, no, I'm with you, Max. I mean, it's the same thing as what, like 6 years ago, the MVP just turned into who's the best quarterback. Like it's never
Yeah.
another player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
true.
I'm with it.
Roquan,
Yeah, right. I wish we could, yeah, because it takes away from the job that a Roquan Smith does, or even like a God, wish I had the names. Like that defensive tackle for the Ravens is really good.
Adebukhi.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mookie. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's super nice.
I mean, I know their team wasn't good, but like Jesse Bates in Atlanta, a guy like that just changes the game.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That being said, TJ Watt does have better statistics in every category than Miles Garrett. But they'll give it to Miles Garrett because
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, what's his name from San Fran too? Linebacker Warner. He's a
Mhm.
absolute
Fred
fucking
Warner.
monster,
My
dude.
God. That's just like you just watch the game and you see how
Yeah.
fast he moves.
He was on every tackle. Every time a Packer guy got tackled, I'm like, fucking Fred
Yeah.
Warner again.
54, Jesus.
He's tackled every single person on this motherfucking drive. Like he'll just be all over the place. Like God, absolute nightmare. Yeah, I do. I like Baltimore's defense. They're just humming, man. They're humming on all cylinders, and they got Mark Andrews back. Not to mention, so like first full game. I feel like so. I don't know how much time he'll get, but yeah. I mean, Lamar rushing probably a good bet. I'm
Yeah.
trying to pull it up right now.
I think it was like 40s, low 40s.
Mhm. Yeah.
Marlon
Passing,
Humphreys. Sorry, Max. Go ahead.
he's out, right, Marlon? Or is he back now?
Oh,
He was out last.
I hope he's back, because if he's back, that means then I take the over on the number one wide receiver, which would be Rashee Rice over 59.5 yards. So I was
That's
telling
not
the Ravens, but
Still like
general.
that.
like I was telling him, like, as kind of the bit. I was like, "Oh, Marlon Humphrey's out." Like last game, I'm like, "Dude, that's such a nice benefit for you guys." I know
Oh,
it's tongue in cheek, but dude, I don't love that guy.
Yeah,
Like for them, like I like him because I don't think he's that good of a player.
fair.
Also, I don't know. I just don't like him, so I'll shut up.
It's
He's
individual.
he's a little bitch. Not that good.
I hear you. I get it.
A lot of PI calls. He gets a lot of PIs.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lamar's over under rushing is 64.5.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'd
Maybe
still.
I was mixing that with Gus's.
Yeah,
He
I
was
got 43.5.
mm, mm. No, but Lamar's passing is like 208 and a half. I understand it probably is going to be pretty rainy or at least a little wet.
Yeah,
But still 208?
that's
Are you shitting me?
I
Is it
mean,
going to be like
he
monsoon?
only had to throw what 150 last game.
That's fair.
Spags,
Mahomes is like 240, so something's got to
Spags,
be
and
going
that
on.
Chiefs defense is pretty good. The Ravens might look at other ways to try to win this game.
Fair.
well, it's gonna go through Lamar either way. So you do rushing and passing. One of them, just separate them. Don't put them in a parlay together, and one of them's got to fucking hit.
That's true. I think that is true. Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else? I saw. It was 20, like 10-3. I think Andy Reid is as an underdog in the, not in the playoffs, but I think just as an underdog.
No, it's got to be probably in the playoffs. That's way too.
Yeah, that is not an. That's way not enough games. That's crazy. That's pretty fucking good.
That means
So,
he's like never ever been in like an underdog.
well, that's kind of what I was thinking. Honestly, I was like, That's what I was gonna say. Is even crazy.
I don't know, man. I think he's on like his 12th or 13th year of coaching. So I'm not a
That
math
way.
guy, but
No, it's definitely longer than that because
maybe.
2024 right now. He's been coaching for before 2012. He was like the Eagles coach for Donovan McNabb when they went to the Super Bowl in like
Yeah,
'06.
so that was probably 7 or so years there.
At least. God damn, that's crazy. We're getting old, man. All these QBs retiring and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Juniors, all the juniors. I'm like, what? Scottie Pippen Jr.? Like, what? What's going on? LeBron James Jr.? That's crazy. But sorry. Anything else on Baltimore, Kansas City, or shall we move on
Now
to
should we flip it over?
yeah, let's flip it over. So Detroit at San Fran. That is a 6:30 p.m. Eastern time kickoff. So it's at 3:30 in San Fran. They are 7-point favorites and over under 51.5. What tickles your fancy on this game, guys?
I don't know. I'm glad it's a 6:30 game. I'll say that first off. We don't have to wait fucking forever till 8:30. I pass out on the couch. But so I like that. That's what I'm eyeing.
I'll take the bait. I'll take the +7. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna win this game. I think they can win this game, but I will take the bait that they're hanging at +7. I'm sure I'll probably look like an idiot. But fuck it.
I don't hate it either, though. I really
Yeah.
don't. They're a good team. They're like the way I see, like obviously the Ravens are way fucking better, but like just like how both of them are just like together. Like I feel like the Lions are just like so fucking hype and they're just like
It's kind of
they're more
like
determined.
I think about almost like remember March Madness. Like you're looking at this team and whatever they are, 6 seed or whatever. And I'm not talking about like a 12 seed, like a good team, like maybe a 4 seed, but they're now in the Elite Eight. And you're like, yeah, like on paper, if they would have played this game 2 months ago, they're probably not better. But like, fuck, man, they kind of like got something going right now. The juju, the momentum, whatever it is, they're just making shots. And I think like that's the Lions just making plays right now on offense, on defense, and will they make enough plays to win this game at San Francisco? That's a tough ask, but +7 is disrespectful. Disrespectful.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Chiefs Ravens -4. How is this not like a 5.5
And
or at
yeah,
least
I think we do sometimes in like football get to be like, we see a big number and like it's just one touchdown. Like it could be exactly like even game and the 49ers hit a game-winning touchdown. But
right? No, I mean, and also, I mean, granted, I don't think like really anyone else on the Lions has been in this position, but
Mhm.
Jared Goff has. He's been here before,
And
so I think that's a huge
won this
thing
game.
as your offensive leader to be there he's experienced and all that. I think he can take control and do his thing.
I
He
mean,
didn't have to do too much with the Rams. I mean, that defense was amazing, um, but that offense, I mean, he's got so much weapons. I mean, it's gonna be a great game. I like that over, even though it's 51 and a half. I think it could be like
Ooh.
30, 34. Like,
Kind of lean
yeah.
under for some reason.
really?
I just
I
think
don't
like
like
kind of
it.
like the way the Packers, San Francisco, and I'm doing the math. I don't know if that actually would have hit the under or not, but I think some longer possessions, things like that matter. But we'll see.
It'll be interesting. It's gonna be a fun game. I think it'll be a lot of big, exciting plays
Oh,
that just.
yeah, I think this will be the better game compared to Chiefs Ravens.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that Packers game might have been a little bit of a wake up call for San Fran. Like I feel like the Packers they know, like if the Niners go back and watch that tape, they know that they didn't get away with anything, but it took them the entire 47 minutes or what 40 or I can't do the math, 60, 59 minutes. Took the whole 59 minutes to kind of get ahead. They were down the entire game. I think it was kind of a wake up call to them. Yeah, I mean, no Debo could be really hurtful, but I feel like at least this game they have a little less prep or a little more preparation of all right, how are we going to look with Debo and without, and let's prepare for him not to be here because I feel like once Debo went out, they did kind of stall on offense like a good bit. You could tell they were forcing to McCaffrey. They were forcing to Kittle, and I mean they probably could have done more on Packers D, but I feel like Green Bay gave him a wake up call, and I feel like Detroit, like I feel like it's one of those things where it's almost like Green Bay kind of propelled Niners to like, all right, we got to get our shit going. And then you've got Detroit, who's already like, they're basically at their peak. Like they lose to the Niners, not a big deal. Niners are like, hey, like we're trying to get to, if we got to beat the Ravens where they're at right now, or the Chiefs where they're at, they're just like, dude, we gotta step our shit up. So I feel like Niners are gonna come out kind of correct and it could go. I could see it like a backdoor cover though, because it is 7 points. Because it's like, dude, like you could be up by two. You could be up by 8 the whole game or 14 the whole game, and then all of a sudden Detroit goes for 2 points after they score a late touchdown to go down 6, and you're just like, I can't believe that's why I didn't cover. So I kind of do lean towards the 7 as well. If it was like 5.5, definitely would be on the Niners side. 6, 6.5, I'd probably still be on the Niners side, but like, it's just like that 6 is just such a pain in the ass. So yeah,
No, I think what you said worries me the most, that it's just like a game that the 49ers are constantly up 14 points. And like it's
yeah,
now, can the Lions kind of get me back into this cover type of thing? So I'll tell you what, one thing I put in earlier because it's like, even I think it's actually plus 106. It's like Baltimore money line and Detroit plus 14 and a half. So to kind of ease the concerns of that. Now, of course, you have to rely on Baltimore to win, but I don't hate that type of play.
I like that a lot. Even
Yeah.
even even Detroit like 10.5, I would probably.
Yeah, I the fact that like I could still get the kind of even or the plus money all the way up, like because I thought that
Oh, I
too.
mean,
I
14
was
and a
like,
half is
like I might, I shouldn't flirt around with that.
no, I think the fact that you got 14.5 with that is pretty.
Kind
That's
of, yeah, I might need to put that in now before it changes.
I'm looking at it right now. Put a lot on that and just sit on that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, minus 281. Yeah, so plus 104, you said? Or at least that's what I have on DraftKings. Plus
Okay, it
14.
was like plus 106 like when we started. So, but either way,
Okay, so money line probably crept
yeah,
down.
exactly, and even better.
Yep. But yeah, no, I love that pick. I think 14.5, they should definitely be able to stay within. It's just I think it's literally like they're up a touchdown constantly, and then golf probably just throws a pick late. But probably over too. I probably lean a little over, but I mean,
Alright.
you tease up. I mean, you could just add an under or an over like 42 or something just to make sure. Build that parlay from a plus 104 to I don't know, like a plus 190. Just try
Yeah.
a little extra bones. But that's just me being greedy. Any props that you guys like from this game?
With fucking where'd it go? With Debo possibly being out. I mean, Kittle, like you said, I mean, they were forcing it, but I think him at 63.5 is not a bad look.
Oh.
He kind of always turns up big time games and the playoffs and shit. So I like that.
I hope I hope y'all did. You and I talked about it last week on Kittle. He was at 52 and a half last week and he smoked that. So
It's
Yeah.
63.5 this
10
week.
more yards. Yeah. So hopefully, yeah, man, that's crazy. I like that still. Sorry.
No, you're good. I would say I really like Jameer Gibbs rushing, receiving over 74.5. I think because just kind of one of those a lot of ways that can happen. Of course, if the Lions win this game, I think certainly they rely on some big Gibbs plays. And if the Lions are losing this game possibly big, I think there's some big chunk gains to be had closer to the end of this game when the 49ers are more in, prevent defense, give up 3 rather than give up 7 type of deal.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
I like that.
I agree with that. I'm trying to pull it up right now. McCaffrey's rushing is like what, 87? I don't hate that. It's pretty
Yeah.
high. So maybe look at his receiving rushing. I'm trying to pull it up. If you add in 42 and a half over with Lions 14 and a half and Ravens, it's plus 154. So not a ton of juice, but you could make that over like 45 and make that better.
127.5 rushing receiving
It's a
for
lot.
Cap.
Dude,
You could do all and make it. Nah, 100 is still minus 135. Or Jesus, minus 350. I got to so yeah, 125 is minus 125. So yeah, that's wild.
you know what I want? I want to pull up is McCaffrey's 2+ touchdowns because it's probably like minus one.
Oh. now we're
And then
Plus
in there.
135 on DraftKings.
no shit. That's crazy.
It's probably
35.
the lowest I've ever seen it. Maybe Tyreek early in the year.
450 for 3 touchdowns. That's banana lands. He might do it though if Debo goes out.
I don't know.
No, plus 450 is like some psycho shit.
Maybe.
Imagine doing
This game does have the potential. Like, all right, so we talked about how we each are probably a little bit more confident on the Ravens than like San Francisco taking care of business.
Yep.
But I think this game more than the other has the better potential of like it getting sideways quick. You know what I'm saying? Like it getting.
Yeah.
I think like Kansas City's too much of a been there. Like they're too good of a team to kind of let like an early lead phase them and stuff like that, or an early deficit. But if San Francisco gets up to some like they go down, they score 3 and out, they get another score, and then like a pick 6 happens, like that could just get bad quick for the Lions.
Yep. Oh, and then Amon-Ra might be not a bad look for catches. I don't know if I'm going to touch his yards. I feel like his yards are always in the 90s, and it scares me. But like I feel like he gets crazy amount of targets, so I feel like he's at least worth it. I'm going to pull it up real quick. And then also, I don't know if we talked about doing a touchdown parlay because did we hit last week? I think we hit 2 of them, right? Did James Cook not score? Because Gibbs and White did.
No, Cook did not score.
Man.
I don't think he did. Let me check.
Was that you, Sam? Was that you with Cook?
No, Max.
I had Oh,
Cook did have
had him in a parlay. He's
a
somewhere.
good game. Josh Allen took his rushing touchdowns.
I know, dude. I know.
That sucks.
I had him the week before too, and Allen. I think that did hit. Actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, because he had the 50 something yarder on the Steelers, where
Yeah, he did
he
not.
did the kind of fake slide thing, but well, no worries.
Shit.
Neither
I
here nor
parlayed and I just fucked it up.
oh, Amon-Ra St. Brown plus 100 for over 7.5 receptions. I kind
Yeah.
of fucked that.
Again, I think that's like if the Lions get down, just like force feed him 8 yard like in routes.
I'd probably do like maybe like a 7+ all like receptions if they have that alternate.
Mhm.
No, they don't. Okay. I was gonna say that and like Laporta. I mean, Laporta should probably have a big game. I mean, Packers tight ends did pretty solid between Kraft and Musgrave, but um
Kind of
not
crazy Laporta's playing.
dude out of his mind. Dude, that
They
Iowa
feed
took
those Cornhuskers
yeah. Yep.
I bet at the end of the season he's gonna have like a surgery.
surgery. Yeah, God, those guys are crazy.
Yeah, absolutely bonkers. I mean, they traded TJ Hawkinson and then got like a second round pick out of it. And then we're just like, we're just gonna use that second round pick to get Sam Laporta, and he's like way cheaper and better, honestly. Like
He's better.
Hawk is monster, but Laporta can be actually like a Kelsey level thing. I
And
could see him getting 1,000 yards a year every year.
I got him in a dynasty draft last year, and I'm feeling pretty giddy about it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I traded Max a bunch of picks for Kelsey, and then I ended up drafting Musgrave, and then like who's the Trey McBride. And I'm just like, all right, now I have way you don't need any more than one tight end. So
yeah,
Kelsey's on the block, but we'll see.
the double flex. So it's not terrible.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That team, yeah, not to derail, but yeah, Laporta's a monster. Good little, good little tight end class that they had this year.
Definitely.
All right. Anything else, Detroit, San Fran, or do we want to get into anything other than football? Because we need to start diversifying our podcast with the
But
games we have
yeah,
left.
I've got one more comment. I thought about it mid podcast. I was like, you know what? When was the last time that both one seeds made the Super Bowl? And that would have been back in 09 with the
Ooh, can we
Saints.
get?
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
is it Saints and Colts? No, yeah, okay.
um, previous other than that, it was 16 years prior to the Saints Colts. I don't have that game, but um, and it's only been 15 years since '09. So the Lions might be a sneaky bet. I think they're more likely than the Chiefs to beat Baltimore, but I mean, if we're looking at history, we still got another year till both one seeds make the Super Bowl. So I don't know.
Someone's got to give.
Someone's got to give.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Could you imagine Dan Campbell like crying, accepting the NFC award? But good for Detroit, I guess.
Wild.
Bro, I went within the last 2 years, I was like, oh, sick. Minnesota's about to just like run through the NFC North with like Jefferson and Cousins were clicking. Dalvin Cook was there rolling before he kept. I was just like, oh, sweet. Vikings are about to be nice. Bears are on the come up. Lions are on the come up. Now it's like, why fucking Lions? Where'd they? They came out of nowhere. I mean, last year they were building, but it's just kind of crazy what they've done in the last 2 years to turn. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
So
That's all I got though.
okay. All right. Hey,
Just
Sean,
food.
I know, Sean, you've been on the golf thing. I know we're already one day into the tournament by the time people are
Two. This tournament starts on Wednesday, so they don't have to compete against
Sunday for.
Sunday at the NFL.
Okay, so we're already halfway through. By the time you're listening, it'll probably be one day left.
That's
Any
already happened.
Depends on when you listen. So yeah, we're here. So the German Steven Jaeger, who I believe probably got airtime on this pod last year, is leading by one. A guy, Nikolai Hogard, the Hoj Daddy, the Danish, is in second right now. That's definitely kind of a nice up and coming player right now. The I don't. There's not like a live bet I love right now. If anything, I maybe look at a Thomas Dietrich to finish top 10, which I think is just kind of plus or even money. He's at 10 under and like kind of 10th place as it stands through 2 rounds is -7. Good ball player there. I mean, I could see if you're gonna just take a stab at a winner, I'd probably go with Højgaard or Tony Finau at this point, but nothing that I'm guaranteeing. Just a couple feelers out there.
Right, I got you. I like Tony. I feel like he hasn't won in a while.
Last year was a down year for him, so I'm interested to see how he comes back this year. I actually like going into this tournament. I don't know, like I didn't think he would do too well. This is always a good one because it's one of the bigger fields of all the year because they have like multiple courses they can play at, but um but they're playing at Torrey Pines, which gets a major about every 4 to 6 years, kind of in the San Diego region. So it's a good test of golf. You usually not going to have some no name win this. Like Max Homa won this event last year.
Gotcha. What about I just pulled it up. So
Yeah.
what about like Xander Schauffele, a little top 10 -140?
Yeah, you got to lay a little money there. He had a nice, I think, after a pretty plain Thursday. Where's he at right now? Did he finish probably like T14 or something through two?
He is at where did he go? Yeah, tied 10. So
He's oh yeah, so I don't hate, I don't hate him there at for that play. Same thing with Cantlay. You got to lay a little bit of juice there. I wonder what Zach Blair is for top 20. That's a guy. He's very like when he's on, he's on. He's a birdie machine, but it's very rare. And he's done pretty well for the first 2 days. He's a guy
plus
that's
210.
plus 210.
Yep.
All right. That's I don't hate
That's
that. I don't hate that. That could go terribly wrong and his weekend blows up, but he's just a very streaky golfer. Like when he gets birdies, he gets birdies, but most of the time he's not feeling himself like that. But he's off to a good start here.
I like that. You know, this is my last comment. I've noticed that fucking because I've bet on him a few times. Emiliano Grillo, dude.
I was just gonna bring up Emiliano Grillo.
Dude, I swear, I think he's the new best 54 hole
He's
golfer.
Emiliano Grillo.
It is wild.
So Max, I'm so glad you brought this up because even like as we were kind of getting things started, I looked at Grillo and I wanted to know what did he do in this exact tournament last year. And so I went and saw he had a pretty good Thursday, Friday, and went like 70-76 over the weekend to play himself out of the tournament. Now, I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but there are a lot of if you sit on what normally would be a Friday night, after 2 rounds, and you see a Grillo up there near the top of the leaderboard, and you want to play it, but Max, you're spot on, man.
Dude, it's crazy. Like
But
that
hey,
motherfucker.
maybe this is like if I scrolled it, like look at a couple guys outside here, like I look at like a Taylor Pendrith down at what 5 under right now or at T36. Like that's a guy I could see like who's kind of been there, done that, can play well on the weekend, play
Mhm.
himself into contention there.
Okay.
I mean, even a Sahith, he had a really bad Thursday, but he shot a nice 4 under today. I mean, he could, with a really good moving day on Saturday, could get himself into contention.
Yeah, I like that. I'm excited to get back into golf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I was
But yeah,
just
if you're gonna at this point pick like I kind of like the Hoj Daddy if you're gonna pick to win, but that's like plus 400 or something, so it's not worth it.
I like to
Fair.
stay between like
This
plus.
it's probably the most sucker bet is because it's like it's like at halftime, like there's still so much golf to be played,
Right. Yeah, definitely.
and as we know from guys like Grio or who who motherfucker who was our 54 hole champion last year.
Um,
It's bad
it wasn't
podcast.
it wasn't Tom, was it?
No, it wasn't Tom Kim. The Tom Kim is kind of
Wasn't
regressed.
Justin Sue. It was like,
Wasn't Justin
Damn.
dude,
was it Kurt Kitayama?
yeah, that's exactly who
It
it was.
was Kitty. Yeah, it was
It
Kitty.
was Kitty. It was
Kitty
Kitty.
Cat.
Kitty cat.
Oh my
Yeah,
Yeah.
god.
that motherfucker. Had a good streak, and then
54 hole champion. Don't fall in love with him up there near the top of the leaderboard. It will drain
That
you
should
out.
be like its own like betting app. Someone should create an app where it's like only through 54 holes. It's like, yeah,
Right?
sorry.
Yeah,
It's not
like
tournament winner. It's
there's
only
this guy, Alejandro Tosti, who was awesome on the Corn Ferry, like the minor league tour last year. And so I've been interested to follow him in his first few starts on the PGA tour. And I swear his first 3 starts, he's been within like the top like 18 after Thursday, and then has been nowhere near the end, like has just absolutely fallen back to earth. And like there's no bet out there that's like, a top 20 for just Thursday. Like
Yeah.
it's way more broad than that. But it's like, God, like if they could make that market, I know a few guys.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, well, listen, there's love that you brought this up. There will be way more, better field tournaments as we go on, and but I'm glad we got the beak wet here with some golf.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to do some like Tuesdays, record Tuesdays, but like release the Wednesdays so we can get some picks out like pre
Absolutely, yeah, love this, especially like to make the cut parlays are really fun. You can get some pretty good odds. But you can mash together like 3 really good golfers and end up back at like even money.
Yep, 100%. Yep. And then you get the big ones, or you do like even like first through like matchups, like through the cut, like first 2 rounds and stuff like that. Just
Yeah, the matchups.
better odds and
Matchups are interesting. Some people, I those are a little bit of a crapshoot to me, but you never know.
Yep. Yeah.
Those are more for like if you're ever just at like the casino or at where you're just gonna be forced to watch golf. The matchups are fun, and then just you don't need your guy to like go crazy. You just need him to beat that motherfucker.
Well, it's nice if you do like the group stuff too. So like you'll do like first 2 round groups or whatever. Like I guess right because you do first 2 groups, and then last 2 you kind of pair by standings.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So Thursday, Friday, you're gonna play with the same golfers. And then
yeah.
Saturday and Sunday, you're paired on where you are on the leaderboard.
So that's nice. Yeah, you just do like a couple matchups back to back. So it's just like, okay, I'm watching these 2 groups just kind of like go at it. You're like, okay, I don't need to watch like everyone, but at least get some matchups. So yeah, definitely get into that. I mean, UFC.
Like before, I know we move on here, but I was telling Max there's in February I'm going to a golf tournament, so I'll probably have a lot of like plays and stuff that when I'm there. The good news it's a Sunday, so it'll be for the final.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, you're gonna have to give us some good vibes on that, or I guess if it's in California, let us
I will. Yeah, I mean, technically, I'd have to I'll have to text you because I don't think they have betting.
exactly. So we'll figure out something. I like that. Yeah, I mean, we got golf gearing up. UFC's kind of starting to take the forefront on the gambling front. College hoops is kind of getting into the good stuff where it's conference play and you're getting close enough to March where they're gearing up. So And you got Australian Open for tennis. You've got
Yeah.
hockey starting to find its groove. So
I do
it's
one
gonna, yeah, yeah.
Medvedev total game overs have been pretty good so far. He's always
Yeah.
finding himself to getting to 5 sets. Although that, you know what, never mind, because that will be gone by the time this comes out. So, but just if Medvedev does get to the final, not maybe, against Joker, maybe not a bad bet to take the total games over.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
But I kind of like Zverev. He's kind of on him. He's healthy. He's playing well right now.
What about Zverev? Is he still in?
That's who I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah, he's 6'6", German dude. He was injured a lot last year. Before that, he got out to number 2 in the world. He just absolutely took care of Carlos Alcaraz playing good tennis.
shoot, I might lock in Joker at minus 195 with something else later today. So, I mean,
Maybe
oh,
like take that, and then
South Carolina basketball.
if you can do an alt line on like match spread for Zverev.
Okay, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Anything else like this weekend? I have a couple college hoops things wanted to throw out, just games, but they don't have lines. So other than that, I don't really have much for this weekend. Or anyone else have anything?
All you?
All right.
Oh,
Well, for starters, we can't bet on it, so I not really worth talking a whole lot about. But JMU is going to App State, who knocked them out in the earlier in football season at game day, and then also at their own house for earlier in the season for hoops. So JMU's 18-2, going to App State 15-4. JMU's probably not going to get much, if anything, from a betting standpoint. It's under like 200 or like less. I'd probably look at taking that 6 p.m. on Saturday. And then you've also got Kansas State going to Houston at noon. You've also got Kansas going to Iowa State at 1:30. So got those games. I like Kansas because they've needed to bounce back, had a couple bounce back games that they've needed to kind of get going. Iowa State just comes off a nice win earlier this week. So like that. Um, Texas Tech at Oklahoma. That's I think a 3 o'clock game, or maybe two. Can't read my own handwriting.
Mhm.
But probably taking Texas Tech. I feel like Oklahoma's going to get some points, and they're at home. Oklahoma's not super super good this year. And then Clemson at Duke. I feel like that might be a good Duke cover game. I feel like Clemson might get enough points to make it worth a Duke cover. Get it down to like 3.5 or something. Duke will probably go out. I'd say probably up to like 6.5, I would take. And then last but not least, TCU at Baylor. I like the over in TCU Baylor. I feel like that just screams over.
Ooh, yes. I like
So
that.
that's
yeah.
pretty much all I have, but a lot of good. It's starting to gear up. So Saturdays for college hoops are I'm gonna start getting in my bag more, but this weekend will be a research weekend, right? So I'm just gonna watch a bunch of games, figure out who I like, because I really haven't been like as dedicated to the college hoops. I feel like it just depends on the Packers season. If the Packers are still in it, it's all Packers until they're out, and now it's like, all right, let's start looking at other stuff. So yeah, good college hoops overall is the theme. Now you could sit there
Yeah.
from noon to 8 o'clock and keep yourself busy of sports on Saturday if that's what you need to get through to Sunday. So great
Oh
day
yeah.
to out with the friends, maybe do some bar hopping where you're just watching different games and whatever, not having to, you know, tell the girls that you're going to different places and whatever, but you're just watching basketball the whole time. So a lot of good bets.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
man. A lot of good bets. Always
All
good
right.
bets.
Anything
In the
else?
words of Keishawn Butte, always good bets.
Yo, that
Yeah. I'd tell him.
Just
yeah,
He needs a
that's
Discord. They need to.
always, there's always bets.
Barstool needs to hire him or something.
Oh, he's gonna get some. He's gonna get signed by like Barstool or something. Dave's probably like, yeah, well, let's get him a podcast. We don't care. Like, just he'll bring on whoever he wants and just gamble. We're good. Out there.
Exactly.
But yeah. All right. Well, if nothing else. You guys have a great weekend. Let's watch some good
Hey,
sports. Good
and thanks
Sunday stuff.
for running the ones and twos, and it was good being back with you boys.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's been real. It's been good. It's been real good. So something like that. Have
I'm
something
not gonna
very
say go Ravens. Not
yeah.
gonna say.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'll
It'll
let
be
your two jerseys speak for me.
I
it's
like
fam-
money.
it's like family shit now. We got to. We don't really have much of a
I
choice.
understand. I
Yeah.
understand.
But yeah. All right, fellas.
Let's make some money. Hey,
Win some bets. Yes, let's win some fucking bets. I need it. I need a bounce back. All right. Thanks, guys.
thanks.